Yo guys, what's going on? Remember, Warshak here, and we're going to be taking a look at Big Control Shaman. We actually played this deck quite a bit when the Fist of Raw Dead first came out, and now that Shaman got buffed again, we actually were playing it before the buff. So when you see the cards, guys, the Lurker below and the Shattered Rumbler in the video that I'm going to show you have not been buffed yet because we were playing it prior to that. We also have obviously played it since then. Those videos will be coming out shortly, but if the deck can go with like above a 65% win rate prior to the buffs, and now that the buffs are over, we're still doing well with it. This is our most recent. We're 65% with the deck after the buffs, and we were like over 70% before the buffs, which was crazy. When you do see that, don't worry, the deck still performs exactly the same. It's literally just better now, so don't freak out when you see the unbuffed cards. But as you guys know, we're going to take a look at the deck, each and every card in it. I'm going to explain it, why it's in there, some synergies. We've tested this deck a lot. I've taken out and replaced a lot of cards thus far, and this is the kind of the final build that I've come up with. Everything has a purpose, everything just does well, and overall it has fantastic matchups besides Priest. Literally Priest, you just concede, save yourself 30 minutes, you're just better off. Blood Mage, we have a lot of spell damage cards like Lightning Storm, Hack the Scheme, Portal, and Earthquake. Plus, there's not a ton of draw in the deck, so being able to play Blood Mage and get that out is pretty good. Witch's Brew, healing's important against Demon Hunters and Hunters and Warriors, all those classes that smork. Being able to play a Witch's Brew and, you know, heal up a substantial amount with one card is pretty insane. Farsight, there's a lot of big boys in the deck. Being able to draw and basically reduce the cost of one of those by 3 is good. Again, this card kind of sucks, but the Shaman has no other options for draw, so this is what we're reduced to. Lightning Storm, as you notice, we basically have no early game minions besides Marsh Spawn, and Blood Mage isn't really something you normally play out. So there's a lot of AoE in the deck and a lot of removal tools, so Lightning Storm's one of those. If you're playing against an aggro deck like Demon Hunter, you just keep it. And again, the synergies are any of the spell damage plus cards like Blood Mage. Marsh Spawn, early game minion, you follow up with like, you know, a Farsight and a Marsh Spawn, or you go Serpentine Portal into Marsh Spawn. Marsh Spawn gives you Shaman spells. Shaman spells are really good. Plus, he's decently statted. Plague of the Murlocs. There's a lot of decently high-statted minions out there. Plus, you can use this on your totems. So you hero power a couple times. Normally, the opponent, depending if they're a control deck or not, they sometimes just ignore the totems. You Plague of Murlocs, and you get yourself some Murlocs on the board. This is one of the kind of flex cards right now. Originally, when we were playing the deck, this was in here against Res Priest and the Ramp Druid. Now, we really don't see as much of that anymore. So Plague of Murlocs has been like, you know, one of those cards I've been thinking about getting rid of, but every time I end up playing it, it ends up being pretty good because it takes out 1 or 2 big minions, and it turns our totems into Murlocs, which are generally pretty good. Portal, one of the best new cards in the deck. 3 mana, deal 3, it can go phase or hit a minion, and you summon a 3-cost minion. A lot of 3-cost minions are primes. You know, a lot of times this will hit something pretty good. Also, with Fist of Raw Den, with our 3 drops, it has a high chance to hit a prime as well because it summons a legendary of the same mana cost, and a lot of the times, you know, the Druid Prime and the Hunter Prime and things like that fall into that category. Plus, playing a 1-drop spell can get you the Priest Prime. So Fist of Raw Den, even if you're not using it on like Eye of the Storms, really, really good. Also, I know I'm going to get the question, hey Rob, why don't you play the Shaman Prime in this deck? Give spell power, it's decently statted, and you get to draw spells. It was in the deck originally. It'll probably be in the videos when we play it. The card is just really bad. Like, it's 3 mana, 4/3. Form with plus spell power is probably just better than the 7 mana. The stats on the 7 mana suck. The ability doesn't get you anything right away. It's just not good. Like, all the other primes are really good, and then the Shaman Prime just sucks dick. And there's nothing like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to play a card that really just sucks in a deck that like already is not even on a tier list. But if the Prime was good, I would play it. But we've tried it, and it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Hex, how do you not play Hex in a control Shaman deck? Basically turning anything into a frog is good. Fist of Raw Den is part of your value tool in the deck because being able to play like cards like Earthquake and Eye of the Storm, you get a legendary minion of the same mana cost as the spell you played. It happens up to 4 times because it has 4 hard charges, is really, really good. Another question is, hey Rob, why don't you play the card that resurrects the weapon? Because there's only 1 weapon in this deck. I'm not going to play a weapon requirement card for this to have to been first drawn, played, used, and then have this card that's a 4 mana 4/2 sitting in my hand the entire game waiting for this. That's too much requirement for literally just 1 weapon. We already run other cards that do value things by themselves. Bander originally wasn't in the deck. This is what I actually replaced with the Prime, and Bander's overall a really good card. He turns into a lot of great legendary minions. Looking at Tyrion, Archmage, Nazari, Jiraxis sometimes. I mean, it all depends, but Bandersmosh is just a good card. Hag of the Scheme, good AoE. You normally keep this in your mulligan. Shattered Rumbler, again, great AoE card, recently buffed. It's a 5/6 now. It's a huge statted minion, so almost playing this on 5, regardless of its ability triggers or not, is really good. But obviously, if you're playing against an aggro deck, having that ability trigger is very good. Lurker from Below, super good card now. 6 mana, 6/5, deal 3 damage to an enemy minion. If it dies, it repeats it, and it basically goes across the board. So if everything is below 3 HP on your opponent's side, it's a full board clear plus a 6/5 body in 1 minion. Earthquake, great removal. Deals really well with Reborn and Death Rattle minions because it does 5 and then it does 2 after. And it synergizes really well with cards like King Pharaohs and, of course, the Fist of Ra-Den. A Walking Fountain, one of my favorite cards in the deck. Great healing card. Lifesteal Rush, Wind Fury, huge body, huge minion, and it's very, very good in this meta because there's a lot of aggro decks, and most of the time this is going to kill 2 minions. It's going to heal for you for 8, and it's going to live. Sathravar, again, originally was in the deck. I took him out of the deck, and then I actually put him back in the deck. Being able to Sathravar, like cards like Walking Fountain, is really good. The ideal is the King Pharaohs. You Sathravar, King Pharaohs, you put another one on the battlefield, put one in your hand, put one in your deck, and you keep playing King Pharaohs until your opponent concedes. But if you need to use it on Walking Fountain, that also works. And you can use it on any of the cards that you get off of Fist of Ra-Den. If you end up getting a Prime, putting more Primes in your deck and getting them on the battlefield in your hand is really good. Also Bandersmosh, so you can Sathravar, Bandersmosh, depending on what legendary it gives you, and that is also very good. So that Sathravar is very control-y, very late game. A lot of times you won't even end up using them, but if you end up playing against one of those very few control decks on ladder, Sathravar is there for you. If you don't have Sathravar and you don't like them, replace them with something else if you really want, like the Shaman Prime, if you really feel the need to. Eye of the Storm, one of the core mechanics of the deck, in combination with Fist of Ra-Den, being able to play 3, 5, 6s with Taunt, and then also a 10 mana minion is very, very powerful. Plus, King Pharaoh synergizes really well with any high costing spell, because for each spell in your hand, summon a random minion at the same cost. So having your handful of big spells, you play King Pharaohs. You get a bunch of minions, they clear a board, you Eye of the Storm, you have your Fist of Ra-Den out, you get some big minions. You guys kind of see how the late game works with this deck, and your entire early game is just removal and healing. So very similar to like Control Mage, Control Warrior vibe with this deck, and it does, like I said, performs well against basically everything but Priest. With that, let's head into the games. If you enjoyed the deck, you enjoy what we're throwing down here, throw a like, throw a comment, let me know how you do with the deck, what you think of it, and I will see you guys in the games. Enjoy. Oh, it was the where I should have Hag the Schemed instead of using my Walking Fountain. That was a mistake there. We also never played the should have played the 10 spell last turn and Pray No Cane. Well, he had the Outcast out. I would have died just from that guy. The Outcast guy needed to die. So I had to scheme that board. Like, there was no not scheming that board. We also didn't draw a Shadowed Rumbler, which is like our main tempo play against the Demon Hunters, because it's a 5 mana 4/6, deal 2 to everything. So it's basically like a Lightning Storm and a minion together. And we didn't have that guy, which was sad. I would have taken that over the Lurker below. Yeah, thanks everybody for the scam train. Everybody who participated. Even those for you who didn't participate but still said, like, hype. Thank you. I'll go wherever you will go. Whew. Portal should be fun.
Double time and double pay.
When's the next Hearthstone expansion? A few months away. When did the last one come out? Last month? It's 4 months in between each expansion. And then every 2 months, like 2 months after an expansion, I think they said something about an adventure. Vivid Spores with the Eye of the Storm. Seems a little too ridiculous. August? No, it's not August. Get out of here. No, it's August would be... you may be right. No, it's not August. It's somewhere in, the expansion came out in March, right? When did this most recent expansion come out? I also can't deal with this board. Man, hexing just seems so not good. Wait a second. No. That wouldn't work. All right. I am lining up for a Lurker below play. This guy's playing Fist of Rawden Invoke Shaman. It's actually a pretty cool build. Alright. I mean, actually, this is just better now. This is what I was talking about, how powerful this card is. Like, look at that. That guy just cleared the board. Like, this guy is actually pretty good. I can't overload next turn. We have to keep that in mind. Oh, that's rough. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, dude. Alright, hopefully he doesn't Eye of the Storm me or I lose. The card that drew a spell in your deck that costs 5 or more was so impactful in this deck because it allows you to find your earthquakes and stuff. Now that you can't do that, it's kind of sad. 10th of August, calling it right here. I mean, as the 10th of August on a Tuesday. Let's see. August 10th. August 10th is a Monday. It's going to be August 4th. August 4th, new expansion. It's the first Tuesday of the month. They've never released a Hearthstone expansion on a Monday, ever. Ever. Ow. This guy keeps hitting me in the head. I guess I just heal. We're in a pretty terrible spot, Chad. I'm doing my best, boys. Get him, Lurker. I'm holding on. I have a feeling he's going to play his Galakron very soon, and then I just lose because I haven't drawn a Plague of Murlocs. Oh, this is very good for me. Actually still in this somehow. Dude, this guy is actually looking better than the Walking Fountain because it clears all his stuff, lives mine, and then I can also Farsight. It's actually really hard. It's probably Walking Fountain though, right?
Such choices.
I don't know, man. I really just want to play Rumbling here and just Farsight. Fuck it. Farsight first? Well, if I Farsight first, I'm already committed to that line of play. This Farsight costs 3. This costs 8. I know he's got Earthquake. Okay. Fine. I'll take it. So I go Lady Vash, Swamp Queen here. I reload. Lava Burst. Feel Hex coming out. No Hex?
I will act as your scale.
Alright, we're making moves.
Taste my sting.
And then I get another one, right? Hell yeah. Alright. We're back in this. We are now back in this. Even though Lady Vash sucks. Alright, this guy literally has to draw Galakron or we win next turn. What? He's had it this whole time? Why would you just now play it? What a goose. This man's crazy. Why would you have... Oh, you could have played Galakron 3 turns ago. I mean, maybe he thought I was like... Maybe this is like... I mean, he knows we're control, right? So I'm assuming he's just like playing it safer. That's what he wanted to do. I mean, but that cost him. So I could just go trade and scheme, hold this for the fist. Or I could just play this, trade, and that's it. It's basically how important is keeping Eye of the Storm for the fist. This guy and then play scheme. Yeah, that could work. Lady Vash actually kind of ruins me here because if I play her, I hit fatigue faster. Why? My question is, why is she not like a 7/7? Why is she a 5/4? Why is she statted so fucking poorly? Like really, why is she statted so bad? Like, all the other primes are statted so well, or their abilities are so sick. And then, like, the Shaman prime is just complete and utter trash. Like, she's good, but she's, like, not even close to, like, the power level of the other primes. But we haven't actually drawn any of the huge value cards in my deck. I'm waiting patiently for King Pharaohs and the Fist. Both of those bottom 4 of my deck. Which is all the value in the deck. So Fist would be our best draw. Should be more spell power. Yeah, at least 2 or 3. If you're gonna make her a if you're gonna make her 7 mana and have be a 5/4, like she draws 3 spells, reduce their cost by 3. That's literally the Skull, and Skull is like a 6 mana card, and it doesn't require you to play a minion and then have to draw that minion later. Like, holy crap, right? They're probably scared of Wild while printing her, but she still takes forever to set up. It's not like it's easier to set her up.
Double time and double pay.
All right, let's draw Fist. Actually, Fist isn't even good. King Pharaoh's is better.
I am low on cards.
All right, there we go. Oh, we can't even play him. XD. I have a feeling he has another Earthquake in his hand.
I do not have any cards.
I have a strong intuition, chat. He has another Earthquake in his hand. No, not Mana Tide. Fuck. Damn it, dude. Yo, Zed with the Twitch Prime for 6 months. Thanks, man. The guy forgot to attack base. Thanks, dude.
Do you see what must be done? I am out of cards.
Well, I appreciate the resub and welcome, man. Hopefully you're having a good day, man. Do I have the time to play the Eye of the Storm? What if he gets like a lava burst off the marsh spawn? So 3. Next turn I would take 4, so I'd be at 6. So I can play this. I'm fine. I just don't want to waste the charges right now. Like, let's just kill him. This is running it really close though, chat. Maybe Witch's Brewing was the right play. I mean, I'm playing around Lava Burst. Still, this is too close. We wouldn't even be that close if it wasn't for Mana Tide Totem. Lightning Bolt. Earthquake. Okay. That is not enough. Do we get him?
Delicious.
I never lied.
Oh, what a game. What a game, boys. What a game. That's a game right there. Oh, yeah. You like that game right there.